Seeds of Wisdom RV and Economic Updates Thursday afternoon October 31, 24. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Good afternoon. Dinar recaps. U.S. Treasury discusses the tokenization of treasuries. During Tuesday's meeting of the U.S. Treasury's Borrowing Advisory Committee, the members explored the topic of tokenizing U.S. treasuries. It discussed the impact of stablecoins on the demand for short-term treasuries, concluding that the effect is marginal. The presentation covered the use of tokenized treasuries as a safe haven in the digital asset sector. And finally, it focused on how blockchain and tokenization could improve treasury market operations, including the benefits, costs and risks. Stablecoins. Our calculations show the combined U.S. Treasury and repo holdings of the two largest stablecoins, Tether and USDC, as $120 billion in June 2024. Putting them on a list of the largest foreign country investors would rank them, combined, in the 18th spot. Yet given the total size of treasury issuance, the figure is indeed marginal. However, the presentation raised the concern that a collapse of a major stablecoin like Tether could lead to a fire sale of short-dated treasuries. Some other comments on the stablecoin front might be viewed as controversial by the crypto sector. For example, it states, in a similar manner to how privately issued, wildcat, currencies were replaced by government-backed central currencies in the late 1800s. Central bank digital currencies, CBDC, will likely need to replace stablecoins as the primary form of digital currency underpinning tokenized transactions. It also notes that history shows that private currency that does not meet NQA requirements leads to financial instability and as such is highly undesirable. NQA refers to no questions asked, in the sense that the recipient should not need to perform due diligence before receiving a stablecoin. Both quotes referenced a paper, Taming Wildcat Stablecoins. The importance of intraday for tokenized treasuries. When discussing the potential for tokenizing treasuries, there were some curiosities. Firstly, the presentation outlined the potential benefits, which include Black Small Square improvements in clearing and settlement, Black Small Square improved collateral management, Black Small Square improved transparency and accountability, Black Small Square composability and innovation, Black Small Square increased inclusion and demand, fractionalization, Black Small Square increased liquidity, including 24/7. While intraday repo was mentioned in a description of JP Morgan's repo platform, it was not explicitly covered in the list of advantages. Of course, the enablement of intraday transactions is a direct side effect of improvements in clearing, settlement and collateral management that were mentioned. Intraday allows banks to use repo to borrow and lend for an hour or two, rather than having to wait for T+1 settlement. Repurchase agreements, repo, involve the temporary transfer of securities in exchange for cash, with the transaction reversed a short while later, plus a small amount of interest. We're emphasizing the point because the importance of intraday to traditional financial institutions may be underappreciated in government circles. In a recent speech by Federal Reserve Governor Waller, he emphasized the potential for 24/7 repo. Yet within the industry, intraday is considered far more important than the ability to trade 24/7. Treasuries and tokenization platforms. A list of tokenization platforms were presented, including JP Morgan's intraday repo platform. However, there was no mention of Broadridge's distributed ledger repo, DLR. If someone asked Ledger Insights to state the most important platform in treasury tokenization right now, it would be Broadridge's DLR. The total amount of tokenized treasury funds on public blockchain is around $2 billion. DLR is used for $1–$1.40 trillion in transactions per month. Whereas JP Morgan's platform has processed roughly $1.5 trillion since its launch in 2020. One would not expect JP Morgan's solution to be of the same scale as DLR since it purely serves JP Morgan clients. DLR has several purposes, with intraday repo as the main one. It also supports sponsored repo via the DTCC's FICC platform. DLR and JP Morgan's repo platform already achieve many of the advantages explored during the presentation. However, today they are tiny compared to the scale of the treasury market. The conclusion was that a tokenized treasury platform would ideally be on a private permissioned blockchain managed by a trusted government authority. Pound sterling suffers biggest drop in 18 months amid Reeves' tax and spend storm. Following the latest budget reveal, the pound sterling has taken a sharp tumble. Fueled by mounting worries about the UK's fiscal outlook, Chancellor Rachel Reeves' decision to pump £70 billion into government spending, funded through additional borrowing, has stirred up significant unease among investors. They're concerned this move could lead to higher inflation and escalating interest rates. Franklin Templeton launches tokenized money fund on Base. Franklin Templeton says this is the first tokenized money fund to launch on Coinbase's Layer 2 network. Franklin Templeton is launching its tokenized money fund on Base, Coinbase's Layer 2 network, the asset manager said on October 31st. The Franklin On-Chain U.S. Government Money Fund, FOBXX, is the first tokenized fund to launch on Base, Franklin Templeton said in a post on the X platform. Created in 2021, FOBXX has previously launched on blockchain networks including Stellar, Polygon, and Arbitrum. Franklin Templeton is unique among tokenized fund managers in outsourcing a meaningful portion of reporting requirements, such as share ownership records typically handled by an off-chain transfer agent, to blockchain networks' public ledgers. We are currently the only product with the ability to use public distributed ledger technologies for official transaction record keeping. Roger Baston, Franklin Templeton's head of digital assets, told Cointelegraph in July. The launch of FOBXX on Base indicates United States regulators consider Base's public ledger to be a legitimate instrument for financial record-keeping. Franklin Templeton's FOBXX currently has net assets of approximately $435 million and has been generating annualized returns of about 4.7%. As of October 2024, it is accessible through Franklin Templeton's Benji Investments platform. The Base launch marks Franklin Templeton's latest effort to enhance the accessibility of its tokenized real-world assets, RWAs. Since its 2023 launch, Base has emerged as Ethereum's second most popular Layer 2 scaling solution, with a total value locked, TVL, of approximately $8 billion, according to L2Beat. Arbitrum leads with upwards of $13 billion in TVL, the data shows. Tokenized RWAs, from money funds to artworks, represent a $30 trillion market opportunity globally, Colin Butler, Polygon's global head of institutional capital, told Cointelegraph in August. Demand is surging for products that tokenize T-bills and other highly liquid yield-bearing assets. FOBXX's top rival is BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, BUIDL, with assets under management, AUM, of approximately $530 million, according to data from RWA.xi. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.